Welcome to the Swim Swam podcast. I'm your host, Coleman Hodges. Joining us today, Olympic medalist, 2021 U.S. Olympian, and now most recently 2022 world champion and anchor extraordinaire on the 800 free relay. We're joined by Bella Sims. Bella, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
It's always great talking to you. I'm excited to get to the bottom of a lot of things today. First of which, you're going to Duel in the pool.
I am.
How do you feel about going to Australia?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of really scared. I'm terrified of bugs and like other animals, but it's okay. I'm also doing like open water there, and heard they have sharks and snakes, so I'm really scared.
Do you know dude? Oh, first of all, I didn't even realize they had open water at Duel in the pool.
It's a relay, a 4x800.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's
so
short.
It's not. Yeah, it's super short for open water.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so you're doing that. My first question was going to be, do you know your lineup? Do you know what events they're throwing you in yet?
I literally only know the relay.
Okay. So they were just like, you want to go? You were like, yep.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
Nice. Are there events you think you'll swim or events you want to swim?
I want to swim the broken 400. Didn't know that was an event, but I really think it'll be really fun. Or the broken awesome. 800.
These are serious. These are events. I need to do my Duel in the pool research, yes. I guess. What is that? Do you know what that means?
It's like, I have no clue, but it's broken by like 200 and then two 100s. And then the 800 is 300, two 200s and a 100. Like, I don't know if you like get out and dive again or stop for like 20 seconds and then go again. Like, I don't know how that really works, but.
Whoa. Is this, but that's an individual event. It's not a relay.
Yes, that's an individual event. I know. I'm so excited.
Okay. Wow. I think this is breaking news for us. That's wild. All right, cool. So your first time in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Or it will be. You just came back from Hawaii, so you're kind of accustomed to the Pacific side of the world. Mm-hmm. But does a long travel day like that make you nervous, or how does that affect you ever at competition?
No, not really. I mean, like, I don't like planes. Like, I don't really like. I just don't like going on planes. But I mean, I usually just like sleep the whole entire time, and it doesn't really do anything to me.
Nice. Are you 17?
I'm 17. Yeah.
All right. Nice. Well, that sounds like a good deal then. So congrats on that one. I'm so excited now to see the event lineup and to see these wild broken events. But
the relays, I think, will be even more fun. But
yeah, I guess we will see what the relays look like and if they're wild or broken too. If they don't put you on every relay, I'm going to be pretty upset now after how you swam at World Championships, which we're going to get into. So let's start there. Have you anchored relays before? Is that a position that you are comfortable in any capacity?
Yeah, I mean, when I do it for my team, I usually either go first or anchor. And when I'm going first, I'm usually just going for a best time. And then when I'm anchoring, like I just gotta like fulfill the spot that I'm in,
Have there been epic relays where you ran down other swimmers before on the anchor leg?
I'd say Sandpipers is a pretty good team for relays, so I think we're usually pretty much ahead. I mean, there are like when I was like 14 at JOs, like there were like some relays where I had to like get ahead for us, but that was probably like the only time.
Yeah, I guess granted the fact that the Sandpipers could probably put together a relay that would like final at World Championships, probably pretty good there.
Yeah.
So at World Championships, you only have this one event to focus on, this relay to focus on. Does that kind of change your preparation of how you go into the meet, knowing, all right, it's not trials where I'm swimming 400 free, 800 free, 400 IM, 200, all these other events. Like I'm just swimming the 200 free.
Mm-hmm. Well, I found out like shortly that I would swim open water for that relay, but that was like I wasn't even focusing on that at that point. But yeah, I mean, when I was going into the meet, I was like trying to not have it turn out how the Olympics did. Like I wasn't the proudest person about that. So I was like focusing on like my third 50 or like Coach Ron over like the past, like as long as I've been in his group, like he knows that I have that front speed, and like he tells me before my races to like trust my speed, because I don't really do that. Like I would go out, but then like not as fast as I possibly could, and then because like I was scared that I was gonna die. And like I guess like a lot of like distance swimmers always focus on like the things that other people try to die on. Like in a 200, like the third 50 is like the most crucial part. And then so like in the relay, like I was like, okay, Bella, trust your speed. And so I went out as fast as I possibly could and like just tried to hold it. So I mean, my preparation before it was just like some pace stuff. Like I didn't really focus on anything other than like the 200 and doing what I needed to do before it.
Did that include speed work and all? Like, did you work on that front end speed or that going out speed?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a few 50s
okay.
and 100s.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I mean, that seemed to work out well. Were you pleased with that morning split of 155.9? I think it was on the anchor.
Oh, I was so surprised with myself. Coach Ron was like, we were at Croatia and he was like, I think you go 155.9. And like I somehow went that like exactly in prelims. So it was really crazy.
No kidding. Was there a reason that the coaches put you on anchor? Did they tell you anything? Were you like, hey, put me on anchor?
Oh, and I had no say in what I did, but other than like agreeing to what they were doing. But I guess like you just have to trust what the coaches are gonna say, because like they obviously know what they're doing. And I guess, yeah, that's what more. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you earn your spot at night. Mm-hmm. Were you surprised at all when they put you back on that anchor position at night?
Yeah. I think like right after my race, like I was about to get in the water for like cool down, and like Todd comes up to me and he's like, you get to anchor tonight? And I was like, what? Like that's not really typical. But I was like, I mean, I guess I was comfortable this morning, so like why not? Like put me in a spot that I'm comfortable in and just recreate what I did in the morning, or if not better.
Yeah. If not better being the key words, right? So
yeah.
So being in the ready room, this is your first time at a meet this big. You get to be in that ready room for the night finals relay. What was the energy like being with not only your Team USA teammates, but one of your Sandpiper teammates as well?
It was really fun. I walked in and I had USA does white caps in the morning and black caps at night, or like black caps at finals. And that was my first time wearing a black cap, like for a meet. And I was like, guys, this is my first time wearing a black cap. And like Leah was like, oh, and like hugged me, and it was so funny. Yeah, but I love Team USA and I loved being in a relay with them. It was amazing. And Claire, she gives the best hugs. So in the ready room, we were like hugging, and it was so funny.
How did Claire feel about leading off, regardless of, it's like you were anchoring, but it's like those are two really big positions
Yeah.
for two, first time finals in that relay.
She was she was nervous, I guess. Like anyone should be, I guess. But she was like more calm than I would think. But she was thinking of it as like a race, like her own like individual race. Like she wasn't thinking of it as a relay. And I think that was like good for her. But after when she climbed out of the water, like to when she was done, she was like, don't be nervous. And I was like, what? You can't just say that to me.
Did she follow that up with anything? She's just like, you got it. You can So then heading into your leg, Leah goes, she has a great leg. Mm-hmm. Katie Ledecky goes, she has a really great leg. Mm-hmm. Gives you a solid lead, but obviously, you're not really in the clear, but you've got clean water. Were you nervous? Like, how are you feeling jumping in?
So nervous, but it was like a good nervous. Like I knew I was gonna do good nervous, but like I don't know. I had a lot to live up to, I guess. Yeah. During that, I was like, Bella, if you lose this for them, no, this is not gonna end well. But I ended up doing pretty good, I guess.
Not too shabby. So 154.7, I think, was the final time. Were you surprised at that split for yourself?
Oh yeah.
After that 155 in the morning.
Yeah. I didn't know what I went until like we were walking to the mix zone. But I like got out of the water and I couldn't stand. Like I couldn't stand. We were like hugging and I was like, guys, I need to sit down. Like my legs were like immobile. And then so I sat down for like a second and then I was like, okay, I'm good. So we walked to the mix zone and there was like the splits on like a TV. And Katie's like, Bella, you want a 154.6 or like, yeah. And yeah. I was like, and I jumped so high. I was so like excited. I was like, dang, my legs just started working out of nowhere.
That's amazing. And again, that's an amazing split. What did Coach Ron have to say? Who is on staff, by the way, if our listeners didn't know, he was there in Budapest with you. How did he feel after, him having said, I think he can go 155.9 in Croatia?
It was like a brief thingy because we had to go to the medal ceremony like right away. We didn't have time to like do anything. So we had to like put our stuff on and I saw him like we had to walk through this like tunnel to get to the other side of the pool and I saw him like in this like walkway thingy like briefly and he was like he was he was like 154.6 and I was like, yeah, I guess I'm a sprinter, like as a joke. It's an ongoing joke between us and I don't know if I'll be able to live up to it forever, but it was funny and that's all I got to say to him before I had to go to the medal ceremony.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a sprinter now leaves.
Yeah.
So he can't prove you wrong or say anything else. That's a good strategy, I think.
Yeah.
What was the strategy for you in that race? I mean, were you trying to hit that easy speed? Were you thinking about a plan and do you feel like you executed it?
Yeah, I mean, before the meet, like a few weeks before the meet, my coach was like, your underwaters are really good and they're faster than your swim, so you might as well incorporate them into your race. And so I do underwaters like until the 15-meter mark off the blocks in every race now. And then a bunch of underwaters like after each wall. And then now I only breathe to one side. I used to breathe on both sides because it was like even on my stroke, but now we figured out that's faster just breathe on one side. And then just like my front speed. I'm really bad at building. Like I can't. I mean, like I probably could if I really tried. I mean, like, but when I'm like not, I don't want to think about it because we had this thing where like if you're thinking about it, like in the race, you're far too back. And so I try not to think about it, but if I go out as fast as I possibly could and just try to hold, it's faster than me building.
Do you have a certain kick count that you hold off the walls?
Yeah. It's 12 off the blocks and then 5 after each wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about this building theory before.
Yeah,
It sounds familiar, but
yeah.
All right. So for such a long meet like that, what do you do the rest of the time? Like do you not swim after you're done? Obviously that was like day 5, I think.
Yeah, day 5.
Okay.
I did swim because I had the open water relay. Yeah, but I took, I think, the next day off and I just cheered. It's like required that like if you don't have a race after that, you have to cheer. And like I had a race, but like I was like, I'm here for Team USA, so like might as well. And like the pool sessions are so fun. So yeah.
Gotcha. Did you have a favorite race to watch or to cheer for?
The 2IM, the women's 2IM. Leah was my roommate, and that was so fun to watch. It was so funny. She was so nervous before, and I was like trying to calm her down, and I don't think I was helping, but I was trying to.
What did you say to her that you don't think helped?
Well, okay, so we walked to this like grocery store like thing, and it had like a sandwich place part of it, and we went to go there to eat lunch, and she was like scared that she walked too much before her race, like, and used too much energy. And I was like, what if you didn't use enough energy and you're just tired from, and like, and she was like, huh? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Don't think of it like that. Yeah, it's whatever. I was just trying to make a theory and it didn't work out.
Hey, you try things and sometimes they don't go as planned. Yeah. But I think you get the A for effort award on that one.
Yeah. She did good though. She did amazing. So maybe it did help.
maybe it did help. No one can say it didn't. Okay, so that was kind of world champs in a nutshell. I do want to get your perspective on just a few other things. You did mention earlier that you weren't the most excited person after your Olympic performances. Just coming back to training, coming back to sandpipers, just getting back into normalcy in the fall and the winter. Did that change your training at all? Either what you were actually doing or just how you were approaching it?
No, training is the same. We actually, I mean, we do like this set that's like 3650s like tempo. And recently he put like a tempo trainer on me, and then that's really it. And then, I mean, we still do like miles I figured out it's every 6 weeks we do a mile for time. So yeah.
What do you know? Did you ask once you figured it out? You were like, "Hey, why is it every 6 weeks?"
Oh, he told me. Okay, so I thought I was like, "Oh, we do it once a month." I was like, "We do it like once a month." Like some coaches were asking like us, and I was like, "Oh, we do it like once a month, something like that." And he was like, "No, we do it every 6 weeks." And I was like, "Oh, I mean, it gives us more time, I guess." But there's always like an 800 or something in between, so
you're always doing something long for time.
Yeah, like I would say like Friday or not Friday or Tuesday. Yeah, I would say.
Okay. Is this short course or long course?
Long course.
What do you know your best time in practice for a mile?
For a mile, I want to say it's the one in Hawaii.
Oh,
I think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you get something every 6 weeks out of doing a mile for time?
I mean, it definitely gains my endurance. So Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
It also makes me so mad because we have some people and like they don't want to go in first in our lane, or like they'll make me go first. They'll use the Olympian card or like something. Yeah, they'll be like, "You're an Olympian," and I'm like, "You're a guy." But they'll be like, "Oh, you can go," and then they'll pass me, or like the other way around. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I'll go," and then they're not feeling their best, and then I pass them or something like that, and it just like makes me mad. But when I'm mad, I swim really fast. So
What do you gain? I gain anger, which is understandable. I think I would gain anger too. If I did a 1,500 for time every 6 weeks. Fair enough. So you not much changed in your training. Did you, besides using a tempo trainer, did you feel more motivated coming off of the Olympics, or did you feel like once you got back into things, you're like, okay, I'm as motivated as I always have been?
yeah, I think I was more motivated because I didn't really like how the Olympics like turned out for me. So I was like, I need to get things done, and like I was ready to like get back to work like faster than usual, I guess.
Yeah. In that same vein, heading into trials, you had a full event lineup as I mentioned before. Mm-hmm. Was there an specific event you were shooting for that like I would really love to have a breakout and make the team in this event?
Okay, so I was entered in the 2-fly like originally. But it was the same day as the 800. Coach John was like, "You obviously have a better shot on the 800 because you don't know how to swim the 2-fly yet." But I love the 2-fly.
You do love the 2-fly, and that's why I like you, Bella, because you know how to pick events. 2-fly, best event there is in swimming.
It is.
Why do you love the 200 fly?
It's fun, and no one likes to do it.
There's less people. There's a better shot to make a team.
But it actually is fun. Like I actually love doing fly. I think the pain is like somewhat rewarding.
I agree. Yeah, you don't have to convince me. Do you train a lot of butterfly in practice?
Recently, every time we do butterfly, I haven't been at practice. So like I took a break, and in the last podcast, I said that my favorite set was the Fly Builder set. They did it without me. Coach Ron sent me a screenshot, or like not a screenshot, but he sent me the practice, and I was so mad. I was like, "Why do you guys always do fly without me?"
Why did he do that? What?
No, he like rubbed it in my face. I was like upset. I was like, but I wasn't gonna do it by myself, so I did.
I mean, you can't be blamed for that. Who wants to do a fly builder set alone?
Yeah. And then I get back from my break, and my teammates tell me that they did 6-1s fly off the blocks. And I was like, "You're lying."
Dang.
Just my luck.
So this was like in the last 2 weeks while you were in Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Coach Ron, come on, man.
I know. He's so mean.
Your girl's just trying to get good at butterfly, but dang. Did you swim at all while you were in Hawaii?
Yeah, I swam with a few clubs. I went like island hopping, I guess. I went to Maui for like a week, and then I went to Oahu for like 4 days, and then I went back to Maui. Yeah.
Island hopping.
I swam with like 2 teams, yeah.
What a lifestyle. That's cool. Is this like, you did 5 or 6K swimming, or like you swam with the teams?
So the first team, they were tapering for state. So it was like not that bad. It wasn't hard. It was like a few like fast things, and then we were like done, I guess. And then the other team, they were like just they were like team, some of them were going to nationals. And so they were like, I was with the distance people, I guess, and they were doing some really hard stuff, and I just wasn't in shape, and it was not fun. It was really hard. I mean, it was fun, but like it was really hard.
Do you remember what it was?
We did 4 ones, try to hold 54 on 120, and then
Short
100
course.
short course, and then 150 as fast as you could. I was trying to go 121. Like that's what the coach said I should go. And that 4 times with like I think like a minute after the 150, and then you go into the next round.
Wow.
I put a 54 on for the first one. That was
it. 1 out of 16.
Mm-hmm. And then for the 150, 125
for all 4 of them.
Yeah. Or actually, I think it was like 122 maybe on the first one, and then 25, 25, and then like a 28. I was dying.
Well, you gave it a valiant effort.
And then after that, we did a broken 200 for time. And that wasn't bad. I think I went 52 or 53. It was like 100, 50, 50. Yeah, like 53 or 52 on the first one, and then 27, and then 26. Which is like not that bad.
It's not. It's like a 53, and that's so 145, 146.
Yeah. I mean, considering I hadn't swam for like a week and a half, like hard, it's pretty good.
Yeah. What's your best 200 free time?
42.
That seems pretty good to me. you were just coming off of world champs. That seems good.
Yeah. I wasn't like too hard on myself. I was like, yeah. I mean, I didn't really expect much after not swimming, so.
Sure. I mean, yeah, and you were on break too. What was one of the funnest or most fun or coolest highlights that you did in Hawaii outside of the pool?
Because I have a bunch of family, so they know like a lot around the islands, and so there's this thing called the dog pond. Don't ask why it's called dog pond, because I did and I wanted to cry. And it's just like a cliff jumping spot. Or there's called a cliff house, and that's also a cliff jumping spot. It was really fun.
Do you know how high the cliffs were?
I'd say the first one, the dog pond, was like 3 meters, maybe 4. And then the cliff house, it like varied. I'd say it's like 5 to 8 meters. Nice. Like you could jump from wherever you want. And the cliff house was clear water, and you could see like all the fish. It was so cool.
So you jumped in and like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of like reefs and stuff.
Nice. Were you doing like backflips or double twirlies? Like, were you doing fancy dives in?
No, divers amaze me. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I could never.
I agree. If I could do one sport now, it would be platform diving.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I've never dove before, but just looks cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds like a good vacation. Why is it called Dog Pond?
I honestly don't know if this is true, because this is very harsh, but my uncle said that they used to like throw dogs in there and so that they could drown. And so that, no, I don't know.
I mean, I figured it would be something gruesome so that they could drown. So that why would they want to drown dogs?
To kill them.
But like, why did
I don't know. It was like way back when. I wouldn't swim in there if there were still dead dogs.
That's good. Yeah, I couldn't recommend that.
And I asked after we had already gone, so I don't think I would have if I knew it before.
Gotcha. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I doubt there's like, okay, we don't.
There's probably some like something, but like,
yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to know. You're like, you don't want to know, and it's like, well.
Do you want to know? Yeah. My dad was like, some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah. Okay. So my last topic is So you make the world champs team. How did you feel about trials overall?
It was okay. I mean, I got third in everything, so that's like not, obviously they take top two, so like that's not the best feeling, but it was good. I got pretty much best times out of like most of my races. And yeah. I mean, the 200, that was a funny race. Like me not going up on the blocks like right away. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. I expected more from myself with that, but like we didn't really do anything. It was like before that we did 12 500s, descend 1 to 3, but it's not even descend 1 to 3. Like it was pink, red, max, and my pink is like pretty hard and my red is like my max, and so it was just like one okay too fast.
How much, when was this? Like a week out?
Yeah. The Tuesday before we swam, or like the 2 Tuesdays. I think we swam on, when did it start? Like a Wednesday or something?
Yeah. I think it started on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, then the Tuesday before.
So a week, okay.
Yeah.
12 of them?
Uh-huh.
So like pink, red, max, pink, red, max, pink, red, max.
Pink, red, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they're like on 6:30.
Long course?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah. My red was like 5:40 something. And I was like, okay. Our pool is like not the fastest pool. And it's at 3,000 feet. And I was like, okay, coach.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Tap out. T.
That's our 3rd time doing that set this year, and I have not liked it any time. And I think that last time was the best time I've ever done it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's, maybe you shouldn't say that, because then Coach Ron will be like, oh, so it worked.
Sure. I mean, obviously everything he does like got us to where we are, so I guess it does work.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you can't argue with the results. I don't envy you at all. So in Croatia, you go to camp. Coach Todd, when I talked to him, he was like, yeah, it was training camp. It was more like taper camp. But how was your Croatian experience at Team USA camp?
I don't really know what taper is, but it was fun. It was really fun. It was so beautiful there. Yeah, I would definitely go back again. Training was really fun. The pool is like right by the ocean, so that was sick.
That sounds really nice. Who did you train a lot with in Croatia?
Coach Ron. I think I had like a few practices like here and there, but it was like mostly with Coach Ron. Yeah.
And then who would you swim with?
One time I swam with Leah, and then I think the last practice, we like, it was like a group practice with Coach Nesty, and then like, but it was like you can hop out whenever you need to, because obviously you're tapering. And I think me, Katie, and Emma and Claire were the only ones still in the pool after like some of it. And then we practiced with like Chase sometimes, or like he would practice with us. Did you have like a person you really liked swimming next to or swimming against? I mean, I didn't really like race them, I guess. So I don't really,
Gotcha.
I only ever like race Katie and Claire, I guess.
Does anyone have like particularly good banter during practice? Are Katie Grimes and Claire like big talkers?
I love talking during practice, but sometimes like they have to be in the mood for it. I don't know. It just like gets me through. I talked to Coach Ron.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Was there a 1500 for time at this camp, or did Coach Ron leave that one out?
Because there wasn't, because we were like too close to the meet to have done that. We probably did it like before Croatia, like maybe like 3 weeks before Croatia. But I don't remember, so.
Gotcha. Nice. So just looking ahead, obviously you're going to Duel in the Pool, which is at the end of August, and that's in Australia. And then do you have any plans or exciting things for your senior year of high school?
No, not really. It's kind of all up in the air right now, but yeah, I've done so much traveling this year. When school starts, I'm trying to like take advantage of it though, because when school starts, I like just sit around and like don't really do anything except school. Because like I have to go get ahead for like meets and stuff, and like so I don't have time to do anything else. Or like if I didn't get ahead, I have to catch up after. And so, yeah.
You've been listening to the Swim Swam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take Swim Swam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.